It's summertime. That means you can travel, and so can we. We're going to be performing We Have Concerns live. We have one at the end of July. We're going to be at Nerdtacular. We're going to be at PAX Prime in Seattle. Check out all the dates and plan your trip to come see us. WeHaveConcerns.com/live.
Remember, all winter travel is forbidden. They call me the Riddler, but what I really wanted to be was a civil engineer. I wanted to build highways. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canano.
Hi, Anthony Carbone.
Hello, concerned citizens.
You know what we don't talk about enough, Anthony?
Batman?
No, we talk about Batman a lot.
Okay. I'm going to take that as a note and dial down the Batman.
Beautiful, beautiful butterflies.
Oh.
We don't talk about butterflies enough, man.
I don't think about butterflies enough. Just, you know what? You just saying beautiful, beautiful butterflies
kind of improved your day, didn't it?
It kind of did put a picture of a butterfly in my head for a second.
You're welcome.
And I felt pretty good.
Well, that's what Joel did to us. He sent us this article to wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com.
You can also leave them on the subreddit. That's wehaveconcerns.reddit.com.
Yeah, we appreciate getting those sent in. This put a little beautiful butterfly into our minds, and it explains why monarch butterflies are so impressive. Monarch butterflies, did you know this?
Because their wingspan of over multiple inches?
They do have a multiple inch wingspan.
It's crazy.
It really isn't the size of the span that's the most important thing. The
how
idea that it's how you use your wings.
Wings?
Your wings. The monarch butterfly goes on an incredible migration that takes it from southern Canada to central Mexico. In fact, it's such a long migration that they can't do it in one lifetime. It's a multi-generational migration.
I'd say don't do it.
You would think somebody would suggest that.
Because if it's multi-generational, how long is a monarch butterfly's lifetime?
I don't know that.
Is it less than a calendar year? Is it more than a calendar year?
I don't know. It doesn't say here.
Because here's the thing. If you're going from Canada to Mexico and back, and it's more than a year migration, that's a sucker's bet.
Yeah. You get there and you're like, ugh, we got to turn around and go back.
It's absolutely
Wait,
worthless.
what season is it? It's migration season. Again? We just
it's
got here.
always migration season.
Yeah.
It will always be migration season. It has always been migration season. We carry the migration on our backs. The migration is who we are. We migrate.
Are we there yet?
We will never be there. The migration is its own reward.
I'm not feeling rewarded. It's boring.
Dare you question the migration?
All we do is migrate.
Yes!
It's more like my average. My lame. Let's go with my lame.
Number one, you're removed from the tribe because you do not believe in the Great Migration. And number two, I'm telling you, butterfly to butterfly, that's your one dad joke.
So the monarch butterflies, they lay eggs along the route. And it takes multiple generations to make this journey, but that's not even the weirdest part. The weirdest part is they're heading from Canada to Mexico, right? They take this quick southern turn over Lake Superior. So they're going south over Lake Superior, and then
butterflies take the 5 to the 101.
Uh-huh.
They get off at Glendale.
Oh, they always like to take a little pit stop in Glendale because there's this really great diner there that they dig. Yeah,
because you can get it. It's not so much that you get around the traffic, but it's like if you're going to be caught, you might as well be caught somewhere and enjoy it.
Just take a little breather, have a nice meal at this diner, and then get back on when it's a little less trafficky.
Okay, we did that. We fulfilled our obligation to being California residents. We apologize to everybody listening.
So they have to go over Lake Superior in one constant flight, right? Because there's nowhere to land over this giant lake.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is they don't do it in a direct route. The shortest distance between 2 points is a line. They don't go in a line. They do this weird S shape as if they're avoiding something. And they always do it the same way.
Probably questions.
They don't want to be they
probably
don't
don't
have
want
to
to
answer any uncomfortable questions.
They're probably like swerving around Border Patrol.
Right. There's some people in a boat on Lake Superior going, "Hey, monarchs!"
Nope. Just don't pay attention to them.
What's with the pretty colors on your wings?
Stop. Don't let them get to you.
Well, at least this isn't so boring for once.
No, we're
Some
not
interesting
paying
stuff
attention.
happening.
No.
Hey!
Don't.
Hey, monarchs!
I swear, if you answer these guys,
What was it like in the cocoon?
they'll never stop. Hey! The cocoon is a vital part of our life cycle, you son of a bitch. We all start in cocoons, and we're not ashamed of it. Oh, God damn it, I engaged. I shouldn't have engaged.
It's okay.
I shouldn't have engaged. No, because now they're just going to...
tell them, Gordon. This is really exciting.
Answer. No, they're just going to have
This is the best
more.
part of the migration.
Cocoon lover loves being in his cocoon.
You bet you love being in the cocoon.
Oh, I'm going to wrap myself up in a silk-like substance that's going to harden over time, and I'm going to turn from a pupa into a larva. A larva into a pupa. I don't even know because it's dumb.
Yeah, he's totally right, except the part where he was wrong. It is dumb, though.
It's fucking dumb.
Gordon, did you engage with those guys? We should just avoid this whole route.
I know, I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to tell him, and I didn't do it. I go out of my way to avoid people like that.
Yeah, it's worth it to
that
just
was
go
my
out of your
entire
way.
That was my entire 7th grade year. I got off the bus stop one stop before my actual bus stop.
Oh, yeah.
Because like there was this kid who got off on my bus stop, and it was like I was not dealing with that.
I'll just take the long way. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm going to take a long way. Maybe I have to hop a wall. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm not scared.
It's not that I'm scared.
No.
It's just like I don't really want to deal with it. I would rather be the bigger person and hop over the wall.
It's more the time it takes to deal with it. Sure, it's an extra half hour to 45 minutes on my route.
I've got to get home directly into my house, lock the doors, start watching cartoons, and not interact with any of the kids in my neighborhood because they're horrible.
It's better that way.
It's just better that way.
Just let me do it.
Yeah. So that's basically what I think they're doing.
So it turns out that geologists have studied this, and what they've determined is that there used to be...
And all the butterfly scientists are like, fuck off!
Yeah, it's like...
Get the fuck out of our... What are you doing in here, man?
You guys, you have any rocks? Any rocks anywhere?
No, fuck off! I told you we don't have any rocks.
Come on, guys. We just want to look at some rocks,
There
man.
aren't any rocks in here. It's nothing... I'm telling you, it's just butterflies. That's all we study is butterflies.
You're holding out on us on the rocks?
We're not holding out on the rocks. You guys notice that the wingspan on that particular butterfly is a little longer than usual. We know that, rock scientist.
We've seen that. Come on, we study butterflies all day long.
Get out of here. Go back to your rocks. Just seems like maybe you would have measured that as an irregularity and marked it down in your notes.
I would have measured it.
Wouldn't you have marked it down?
Yeah, I definitely would have measured it. Hey, guys, could you just leave us alone?
Oh,
Christ.
Come on. We don't go in and tell you how to look at mountains.
Oh, you could if you wanted to stop by the 6th floor.
If you knew anything about mountains.
Just come up to the 6th floor anytime. We talked about mountains, butterflies, whatever you want.
We'd love to talk about butterflies if you'd like to talk about mountains. We're just saying we know butterflies.
Let's just, you know what? Let's just avoid the office from now on. We'll just work from home or like.
Meanwhile, watching from the glass, the butterflies are like, fuck, it happens to everybody. God damn it, why don't any of us ever stand up for ourselves?
We never learn. And this is so boring.
Oh, shut up. You don't like migrating? You don't like being in one place? What do you want?
I don't know. I should have stayed in the cocoon. That's the only place I was ever happy. So what these geologists determined is that there used to be an enormous mountain range where Lake Superior was, right at the point that these butterflies zigzag around, and they think that
they've always migrated around this mountain.
And they just don't realize it's not there anymore. They're just too dumb to realize there's no mountain to avoid. They've just always avoided a mountain.
Man, if that isn't such a great metaphor for every fucking thing... Man, that just blew my mind. Like, of course they do it that way.
Right.
They've always done
it that way. It's been carried down genetically, I guess.
What happens if they're wrong and there is a mountain there this time?
They don't want to know.
They lose a lot of time. It's better to just plan for the mountain to be there.
Let's do it the way we've always done it.
Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's funny because it reminds me of another article that came out this week. It was on Vox. And it was about learning to be a victim and how we learn very early on to be victims.
Oh, really?
And how we perpetuate the same patterns of victimhood throughout our lives. And the way they did it was they
looked at the way I walked home from school every day and saw that I had been a victim my whole life.
Where is the Charlie Brown music coming from? There are no speakers here. No, so the idea is they have these puppies. A bunch of puppies.
Aww.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
But hold on.
Did they get...
Because they're scientists.
Did they get nourishing homes?
Yeah,
loving homes?
Well, I mean, kind of, with like one little setback. So 2 groups of puppies. One group of puppies lived their life on a floor that would randomly electrically shock them.
You monsters!
Just hold
You're
on.
electrocuting puppies?
It had to be puppies. Like, we have to do this for the good of science. There's nothing we can do.
The mice were not cute enough for this study?
No, the mice were not cute enough. We had to use puppies.
Not full-grown dogs.
No. Just puppies when their paws are real big and floppy and they're just like, oh, they can barely walk and they're super adorable.
Electrocute the floor.
That is the best time to electrocute them for study. When they're kind of at their ripest.
Oh.
And then the other group of puppies lived their life on a normal floor for a few weeks. And then all the puppies were put into one pen with a very low wall, like a low fence.
Okay. Escape, puppies, escape!
Well, exactly. So what they were going to do is they were going to electrocute the floor.
Please don't.
And their hypothesis was puppies that know a floor is going to be electrocuted should be like, oh shit, this is one of those electrical floors.
Let's get off this
Let's
floor.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Run away. What actually happened was the puppies that were used to being electrocuted just sat around and continued being electrocuted. The puppies that had never been electrocuted were like, fuck this floor.
Yeah.
This floor shocked me. I'm jumping over this wall.
The other puppies are just like, this is how life works.
And the idea
Fucking
is
floors suck.
exactly. And the idea is when we are young,
God,
we
that's
don't
so
have
sad.
we don't have a solid view of the world, but we also don't have a lot of defenses, right?
Yeah.
So the best defense we kind of have is to sort of, well, this is how the world works. We need to internalize that and learn to get around it because this is how the world works. So
Until
we just need
someday when you finally have power and you are able to electrocute puppies for a living.
one day, I'm going to be electrocuting the floor, says the puppy.
Yeah.
I'll be in charge of the switch.
The result of this study was that 17 scientists were locked up, right, for animal
they were
cruelty.
They were like, so we were looking into your credentials, or at least we tried to. You don't have them?
Well, it's not so much that I don't have them. It's that, oh, look, a cute puppy.
Oh, I'll save you. You electrified the puppy itself.
It's the result of all of our studies to create electric puppies.
They're sad and electric. They have superpowers and they hate it. It's like more of a Marvel thing than a DC thing.
Yeah, you look at them and you want to hug them, but when you hug them, they electrocute.
They want to be hugged is the thing. That's what causes the pathos in the character.
You want to hug them.
Yeah.
But you
this is a
can't.
problem. They can never touch.
It's
like, you know Rogue? You know Rogue? Her weakness is her strength.
I know Rogue.
Yeah. It's like a rogue.
It's the Rogue of puppies.
It's the rogue of puppies,
Got a little electro in there.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not like rogue. I'm just telling you about like the psychology more than the power.
Yeah, we tried to actually make Rogue, and there's a bunch of puppies with really cute white strips in their fur, but we couldn't get the powers right.
Yeah, we're not, like you say, qualified. So we mess up a lot.
We're just really big comic book fans.
We mess up a lot of puppies.
Oh, yeah.
But we want to help.
But haven't you ever wanted a superhero puppy?
Like, haven't you ever thought to yourself, like, wouldn't it be great if this puppy was also a sad superhero? Okay, we're locking both of you up. And, well, unfortunately, the puppies are going to have to be put to death.
Aw. Go ahead and try. You can electrocute them.
Yeah, I think that's where they finally find their strength, maybe. Like that Spider-Man story that the McFarlane wrote where he was buried alive.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
Kind of fooled us into thinking Todd McFarlane was going to be a thing.
Yeah. It just makes toys.
I hate you guys, and I'm putting you in prison.
This bit brought to you by Comic-Con.
But it's, yeah, so I think that's funny, like these learned patterns and ingrained behavior, because patterns do save our lives. Patterns are what we learn that kind of keep us safe, because you do know, like, hey, man, don't fucking touch that again. It burns.
It's kind of sad to think that generation upon generation upon generation of these monarch butterflies are going through so much more toil and pain and spending energy doing something that is wholly unnecessary now.
Once again, how perfect a metaphor is
It
this?
really is beautiful. Like,
It really
the beauty of the monarch butterfly is on so many levels now.
Because it's funny, like you try to see these, you try to see these patterns in yourself, right?
Right.
You try to see them. You can't. There's absolutely no way to see them.
Yeah.
It's like a Buddhist thing of filters. Like once the filter's in place, you can only see life through the filter. There's no way to see the unfiltered version of life because you've only experienced it the way you've experienced it.
All you can do is just hear nature laughing at you.
Yeah, which I do. Should that be audible?
It really shouldn't, but it's funny how
Because
it sometimes
I can
is.
hear it now.
Yeah.
And it sometimes, as I'm walking home, a little bit of sad Charlie Brown music. Do you ever hear that?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
But yeah, I think it's kind of funny. Like, so what would they like to do about this? Anything? Or
I don't
do they
think
just find it interesting?
I think they just saw this mystery of why these butterflies are behaving in a way that doesn't seem to be efficient and is consistent but inefficient. And then they went, why would they be doing that?
Right, because it gets into...
And the fucking geologist came down and they're like, we got some ideas.
We got some ideas and we'll help you out. But because it gets into cell memory, right? Which is a thing that we don't believe in, but we believe in, but we don't believe in.
Well, migration in general is mystifying to me. The idea that it's just built into the DNA of something to go, fuck it, I'm flying to a place I've never been. And I know exactly how to get there.
Yeah, I can sort of understand. You can understand to a certain extent north and south. And
right.
You can understand
weather-wise.
Yeah,
right?
you can understand that, and you can understand that for animals that have a lifespan where they at least live through one migration. You understand that it's a learned pattern.
Right.
For something like this,
right, where it dies along the way.
North to south still makes sense. North to south between the two exact destinations is still a little mystifying. And then that S curve over the lake just should not be.
Right.
Unless there is some sort of cell memory knowledge at like a physical level.
Or some serious meeting that happens. All right, before we take off, I'm going to be honest with you guys. None of us are going to survive this journey. Yeah, you in the front.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Can we not do it then? I'd rather not die.
Well, we got to do it. The problem is if we stay here, it gets super cold, we're all going to die anyway.
Wow.
So we're heading to Mexico.
This is why I'm not going to have kids.
No, you have to have kids.
No, this is why I'm not going to have kids, because they're just born into something like this.
Well, they're going to be born halfway along the trip, which is why we're really building a life for them. You have to have kids. Everybody does, or none of us make it. Well, none of us make it. Our kids are going to make it.
Do you really not want kids? Could we not right now? He's telling us about the migration. It just seems like, it just seems like you have a really bleak attitude, and I don't know where it came from. I thought I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind as I get older, but it just seems futile. It seems futile now that
we're doing a whole meeting here. Could
I'm
you
sorry.
Just get a room or
go
something?
Ahead. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead with the futile migration that we all die on.
Anyway, so we're all going to die. Here's the thing. It's really important when you have the mandatory kids that will actually survive this very long, very trying journey.
But also die on their own leg of the journey. Just to get that clear.
On the way back, they're going to die. Definitely,
sure, great.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
It's very important that you all tell them about the S curve.
Could you try to have a better attitude? I'm sorry. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Tell them about the S curve that happens in the middle. It's very, very important. We've all learned about it from our ancestors, my grandfather and his grandfather before him. They all told us about the big S curve that happens over the big watery part in the middle. Very, very important. If we don't do the S curve, we might not make the journey at all.
Why?
Kevin, seriously?
We're not going to make the journey anyway. Why don't we just take the most efficient path? What is the S curve saving us from?
Well, we're not really clear about that anymore. Doesn't seem to be any real reason for it, but my grandfather did it and his grandfather before him. So it feels like the right thing to do. I don't want to mess with success. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If you wanted to be a leader, if you had problems, you should have ran for council like I told you to do. Like if you don't want to get involved, but you want to make all the changes, is that it? You just want to
I feel like if you would just let me ask my questions and find out for real, there really doesn't seem to be any reason to have kids.
You don't have questions until the moment of. That's the thing.
Now,
if you don't ever think about anything beforehand.
Are you guys seriously still talking?
Yeah, we get it. S curve, whatever. Go on. I want a divorce.
What? How?
We don't even have matrimony. Butterflies.
Listen. So it's problematic and it's amazing. It's amazing that migration even works.
They can't be communicating.
Right.
Do they have that complex level of communication? That's the thing. There are two equally fantastic things that one's a little more fantastic than the other. But it's either butterflies really just have more ability to communicate and pass down knowledge than we think they do, which seems wrong, or our very physical makeup holds
memory?
Specific information.
How does that work? We all remember flying in an S-curve, and so that's all. Let's just pass that down genetically?
That seems weird.
It's unbelievable.
But it explains why I knew how to juggle right from go.
Yes.
My father was a clown. His father before him.
Doesn't explain your fear of clowns, though.
Well, I was adopted. I didn't know I had a clown. I didn't know I had a clown father.
It's more a fear of clown abandonment than anything else.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What is causing these butterflies to take this S-curve? How do they remember this mountain that hasn't been there for millions of years?
Does this make butterflies more beautiful or more dumb?
Why can't it be both? Why can't it be both?
Beautifully dumb.
In my experience, sometimes as things get more beautiful, they get dumber.
That's true.
Sometimes. You can let us know what you think on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag that electric puppy. And hey, are you enjoying the show?
I'm enjoying the show very much.
Well, I know you're enjoying the show. I was just wondering if the people who are listening are enjoying the show. And if they do enjoy the show, I was wondering if they could do something for us. Could they perhaps tell a friend
that would be great
about the show?
Yeah.
Maybe let them know.
Maybe if you tell a friend enough, it will actually be passed down into your DNA that you should always be telling a friend about our show.
Yeah, this is an experiment that we're running to see if there is such thing as cell memory. We would like the show to last for thousands and thousands of years. And the way it starts is by going to wehaveconcerns.com/new listener and sending that link to a friend. It is 10 of the best episodes as picked by you guys, the audience. Bring a friend into the fold.
Think of it as our unnecessary S-curve.
Think of it as our legacy. Because I have not worked hard and I have not made any plans. And I need this.